Hey everybody, how you doing? Today we talk about the movie called Boxer, and it's also known as Five Fingers of Death. And let me say something. This is actually the very first time I'm ever watching this movie, believe it or not, because as a guy who watch a lot of horror, action, especially martial arts movies, a lot of movies in general, but especially those genres, I don't know why I let this movie skip by me. I don't know why. And I had so many opportunities to pass by, to actually see, excuse me, even if I have to buy a bootleg DVD for $5 back in the days, I could have seen it, but I don't know why. But no lie, I did hear a lot of great reviews for this movie. But when you watch so many martial arts movies, it's like there was others I felt like was better than this. What I've seen from the clips, but I made a massive mistake. I should have just watched this movie right away when I had a chance. Honestly, I was able to see the theatrical version and actually the Hong Kong version on YouTube. And I went. I mean, I think the Celestine version was the theatrical version. My fault. But the Hong Kong version, I had to see it on online, to be honest with you, because I wanted to see the original cut too. But anyway, either way, wow, this movie was amazing, and I can see why this movie was influenced by a lot of martial arts movies and action movies in general was influenced by this movie, because you can see even anime, like when you watch Dragon Ball Z, how the Dragon Ball Z fight is. This movie had Dragon Ball Z style fights before Dragon Ball Z even existed. Like this movie had an influence of Akira, or the director that was doing action scenes for that anime. But all in all, this movie is a typical process, but it makes a good impact. Though it's just I can see why. I mean, this movie was amazing. I was shocked. But anyway, the movie's about this student, right? And his elder student wanted to send him to a master student to teach him to expand his skills even more, so he could learn, so he could participate in this tournament. Meanwhile, you got this rival school that doesn't want this guy or the school becoming popular than his school because his son is entering it. So the rival school decided to play dirty, hire like these Japanese warriors, hire even an outside fighter just to try to interfere with the process, pretty much. There's a lot of story in this movie, which is really good for a martial arts movie because it's not like a one-way style. You have characters like a opera singer, the love interest of the lead character, the other students, even a jealous student of the school that was jealous of the guy, which he was willing to down the road willing to work with a rival school, and let's just say the rival school kind of betrayed him also, which kind of will have an impact in the end of this movie also with his story arc. You even got the freelance fighter I just mentioned that even though he was a villain, later on the guy with the big head has the hard head. Later on, he's gonna help the hero out, realizing that the person that he was working for is kind of like barbaric, and it kind of go out of line even for him. So you got a lot of story in this movie, even though it's a one story for this main character, but you got other stories with other characters in this movie, which was really cool though. I can see why this movie also stood out. Now, let's get to the nitty gritty. We get to the fight scenes. The fight scenes were fantastic. Each of the fight scenes was well choreographed, well played out. Even when the guy finally learns the five finger of death move, the Iron Fist, excuse me, it's known as the Iron Fist in this movie, the original story. So the Iron Fist or Iron Finger, I think he called it. My fault if I got it wrong. He ended up learning it, even though when his hands got damaged from the ambush, he learns to come back from that, which is another part of the story. The training also was also good, the training aspects. But all in all, when you get to the final battle, it's well worth it. This whole movie is fantastic. Very good fight scenes, very good storylines, very good characters in this movie. They all did their part to carry this movie aboard. And you also, I advise you to go on YouTube. You could check the behind the scenes of people talking about this movie, of how it was getting made in Hong Kong, excuse me, and also how the movie was getting released in the U.S. How Warner Brothers was able to pick it up. Very, very interesting story on that also. Either way, definitely check this movie out. Over and out. Peace.